Johneri'O Scott here with Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott. And today, man, we have a show for you. Special guest, he don't need no introduction. But guess what? Guys, he's been singing to your ladies. And ladies, yeah, he's the one that had you thinking about leaving your man in your dreams. But stay tuned, so you do not want to miss out. Big Mike, we in here. This is Let's Talk with Johneri'O Scott. So what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man, just living. That's all you can do.
That's it. Can't ask for no more.
So it's about to be 10 years since day 26. Like this anniversary coming up in August. Man, how was it preparing for all that you have coming up in August?
It's more so like it's just something that we do anyway. Like we always do shows together or whatever, just if we all have the time. But this is more so we all talked about this probably at the end of last year. We put in the calls or the text messages, just talking about it and just making sure that everybody was on board and ready to. We were just thinking about just how long it's been or when we first started like as a group together. So just the realization of it set in. It was like a wow factor, but just to see all the things that we've been through together. But it's a good feeling. Yeah,
I was like, I wonder, like, do you ever just sit back and be like, wow, man?
You know what? I don't. It's just more so of it's kind of hard to do that because I'm always on the go. It's always a constant grind. It's always a constant move. It's always like you got to get something done. You got to be here. Got to be there. Right. And it's never to be able to stop and really reflect like that. Like I have multiple awards that I ain't even hung up in my house yet. Yeah, I don't put it up. I don't really know if it's that I don't really want to, or just the fact that I really don't have the time, or just that I don't want to put it in my mind that I've done a lot of things yet, just because of I got so much more that I want to do. So I don't want to make myself feel comfortable or feel like I've done anything. So it's still an everyday grind.
I can feel it. I can feel it. So you've been working on your music. Exactly. You got this new EP out. Man, tell us about that.
Well, basically, like the EP was it's called Bonus Tracks, and it was put out right before I released my newest single, which is called Lay Around, and like the EP, it is based off about 7 different tracks, and it's off of things that I feel like it's just real life experiences. And the very first one was my first single. It's called How Do I Go On, and there's an acapella track, and I just put it out as far as like all vocals. And I wanted to do something that people would gravitate to, and I knew that if I put out like a hip hop track, I would get like a lot of slack from it if I did it first. So I had to give them something that they could listen to at all times, like something singing, a soulful song. So they wanted to hear something where a brother just, they want to hear me, break it. They want to see that. So yeah, they wanted that. So I had to do that first. But the EP was, I had like a Crystal Lindrette from June's Diary, which is on the TV show with Kelly Rowland, and she did like track 7. It's called Honey Fluid. And other than that, I had Betty Grind and TA, and so just a couple one from around here, and wasn't super huge, but it was a big EP just as far as like the music part of it, because everybody really seemed to enjoy it. So it was just good for me because it was real experiences, and it was a fun EP, as well as it gave you some love. It gave you a little bit of heartbreak. So that's really how I like to give music. I don't really like to just cater to one thing. I'm a little bit of all of it, because you can't really just put me into one thing anyway. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a dance. We're gonna do a little bit of running around. We're gonna run around the world. We're gonna see some sights. We're gonna have some heartbreak. We're gonna make some love. We're gonna do it all. It's all
So on your EP, like this song, Lay Around, Like we just was talking about that. Listen, when you listen to that song, you gonna want to dance. You gonna want to lay around. When I think about that song, I think about Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
I think about that, but with the right one. With the right one. So tell us about Lay Around. Like how you came up with it, man.
Lay Around was it was actually done with me and a producer out of Atlanta, and it just came about, just one of those records, just to be like just to lay around, just because that's what you want to. You don't want to go out all the time. Every time you be with someone, you don't want to always like go out to the club or go out to just be out in public. Sometimes you just want to chill. So if you got that Henny in your cup, you already know what's up. You ain't trying to, you just want to be with her. You ain't trying to do nothing else. You're just trying to chill and lay around. And then whatever leaves after you chill and you lay around, that's up to y'all. But what your intentions were from jump was just to chill and lay around. Now, after that, it's whatever.
After that, don't blame Mike.
Right.
Don't blame him.
Hey.
He gave you the beginning of it.
I gave you the mix. I gave you the recipe. I put it together. I gave you the recipe. Now how you make how your stew tastes after that, it's up to you.
It's up to you. So your titles, when I look at the mixtape and I was like, these titles, like, they all, I wouldn't say seductive or, but they get you in that mood.
It's like I said, everything's like a life experience for me. So it's like it's how I feel or what it is to say. So like 6 Games, it comes from just me being in the studio. Everything was so sexual. Like even with me bringing in the female and having her in the studio with me and having her making the sounds and the noises and being in there, and just everything was. It was in that moment of sex. It reeked sex. So just with like Honey Fluid, just because of what not a lot of duets are done. So with me and Krista, it was a little different. And it was more of a sex thing as well, but it was like a love making kind of like sex. Yeah. So and then like Cole. That's like I said, it started cold and meth. It started with something ice cold because right before that it has how do I go on, because you don't know how to live without the person that you love that you lost. So how do you live with her? Right. So how do you live without that person? Then you turn into a cold person after that. Like you cold and meth. So after that, so you going to party. Let's go party. Then after you party, you turn into sex.
Oh, it is what it is. It's them steps. Those steps.
That's the process. That's how you get back. That's how you work yourself back.
So with the concert going on, everyone's saying, is this something new? Is it going to be something that's, a ritual, or is it just something behind the scenes?
Man, well, we can't really say all that right now, but it's just something that we wanted to do for ourselves and for our fans, because they've been loyal to us for years, for a while, and for 10 years. So we wanted to do it for that reason, for the people that really never get to come out to see us, or that's always been asking us when we're gonna do another show, when we're gonna do this, when we're gonna do that. Because the last time we did our tour, it was in Europe, it was overseas. So I know it was about a year and a half ago. So just with that, it hasn't been in the States. So people have been asking us, they want it, and they've been And once we came up with this and we followed through with it, it just it became what it is now. It became something bigger. So we just want to give our fans and everyone a chance to be new fans. So we just want to make a mark in the people's hearts again, just to give them that kind of music that they've been longing for.
Well, I'm sure you never lost it. You never left their hearts.
No. I don't think we left their hearts, just because we got some crazy stories from people. So I know we never left their hearts, and the things that they say to us on everyday social media. So we know that we never left their hearts, which is the reason why we wanted to do this 10-year reunion tour.
So you have this song "Lay Around." It's also with numero 3.
Yeah.
So how was he's dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah.
Like I had the opportunity to meet him. Like, how did that come around? This song.
Well, basically after like I said, after we finished the track, me and the producers out of Atlanta, well, Detroit, and then they came to Atlanta. But once we finished that, I knew it needed a feature. Right. So I was going to either do I knew I needed a feature, so I was just thinking about who I would want to get on it, and I had a couple of offers from a few different artists, a few artists that are actually out now, and like name brand artists that that are out and that are in the game, and I thought about it. I always liked 3's flow. I always liked this flow. I was like, even when he called himself, not I'm going to say somebody else, but when he has an old name, but we just always click, and he always been good people. So I reached out to him. I was like, man, I want you to get on this record, and he's like, bro, just send it over to me. Once I sent it to him, he got on it. Probably like a day or two later, he sent it back. That's all it was. So
like before you work with any artist, featured or you being featured on their music, what do you look for?
Well, just really, when I have someone else feature on it, it's more about the feel. So I listen to how they display their music, how they portray a story, and what I'm trying to do. And if it links up, if it fits, then yeah, we can I'll use that person. But it just depends on how they tell their story and how they go about doing that craft. So the way they perform and the way that they do what they do tells a lot in how I pick who I want, because it differs and it makes a difference. So
So like, is there any artists that you're looking at now we're working with?
I don't know. I like to work with hardworking people. I mean, somebody that I will want to work with, and soon in the future that's in the game, probably be like Bruno Mars or something like that. Right. So I like his penmanship. So and the way that he makes his record, we have a lot in common as far as like musically. A lot of records that I've done like years ago and like recently that sound like records that he's done, that he just put out, that I've been done, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. But at the end of the day, like still, he's dope. So there's no way he could have known that I did the same kind of record, but it's just having the same kind of mind. So I know that we will make something great together.
Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm gonna be the first one that get that. Well, I'm a cop that. I'm sure y'all gonna cop that too.
Oh yeah.
Since you always writing, singing about love, let's talk. Let's dig in your love life.
Oh, man.
So, are you dating anyone?
Am I dating anyone? I mean, I date. I go. I see. I do. Hey, I date. I do find someone to be special, but I just don't. Ain't nothing. Ain't locked in and then tied in just because it ain't my choice. I have to have somebody understanding, and that ain't too many of them out here. Ain't too many people that can be understanding to a career. It's a few now. I won't say all, so ladies don't be mad, because I do know it's some women that are understanding, because there are a lot of women that are career driven as well. So they understand. So you just got to find somebody that's on the same wavelength as you are. So it's somebody that I care about. A couple people I care about. Care about a whole lot of people. But nah, as far as like dating anybody, I have somebody that. I date, but it ain't nothing serious.
Nothing serious.
But I did have some dates. I had some dates that people was like, some offers to go on some dates, but it was like it had me nervous though. I ain't like it. Like, nah, man, because it was like they wanted to pay for the date for me to be like come out and to do this and stay for like this. So I was like, nah, you might try to kidnap me and keep me, or knock me over here or poison me or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pass. Now it sounds great, but I'm have to pass on this one and get me caught up. Had to pass, man. Yeah, I know people crazy, so I just.
Listen, people crazy.
People ain't got no sense.
They sneaky.
Yeah, they got too much going on out here in this world, y'all. You gotta watch, gotta look. And they had nobody to go with me either. I was like, nah, they weren't gonna pay for no other flight.
See, you about to get caught up.
And I caught up. They was trying to get me gone.
Right, you about to be out. Where Mike at? We don't know.
Ain't seen him again. He went on some flight with somebody. Somebody had paid for him to come spend some days with him. Oh, that's what he doing? They spending days with people. Okay. Yeah, I almost got. Yeah, man.
See, you be. See who you see what you.
That's what I said, man.
So anyone that want to be becoming an independent artist, what advice would you give them?
Well, basically, I would just give to them like, just first of all, I would ask them like if this was really for them, if they really had the understanding of knowing like this is their purpose and what, like to understand your purpose is to understand what lane you're actually in. So it doesn't always mean to being mainstream. It doesn't always mean to be a singer or to be into like in front of the stage. You know, if you wanted to sing, do you want to do like voiceovers? Do you want to be like into theater? You want to be like, you know, things, just different things you can do and make a great living. Shoot, there's plenty of things you can do and nobody ever know your name. You can be a millionaire, and you know you can make a great living without all the hassle of having fame. Right. So, I mean, for me, to be honest, it's responsibility comes when you get fame. So it's something that you can do without if you just want to be able to make a living and do what you love to do. But I would just tell them to know your purpose and know what you're getting into this for, and after that, just it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a constant grind. You can't give up because every day it's a 24-hour job. So even though I have multiple businesses and things that I have to do outside of this, I have to schedule my life based off of this. So when I don't have like a client or if I'm not doing a performance, I'm back to music. And if I don't have another client, but I have clients out throughout the day. Now the after hour time, I can't be tired because I gotta focus back on my career. Because if I'm not gonna do it, anybody else gonna do it. You're your own biggest and worst critic. So you're your own biggest fan. So if you don't push yourself, ain't nobody else gonna push you. So you gotta put a certain kind of work ethic and drive into yourself. So you really have to say, do you really want to do this? Because there's a lot of people that are born and that want to do it or that say they want to do it, but they don't put behind the work. And that comes with, and that's a lot of things in life. People say they want to do and they don't do because they don't have the drive, they don't have the work. Just the same thing, faith without work is dead. So if you can't, do the work and sacrifice, you'll never get to the prize.
Doesn't it feel so good when you, like you say, walking in your purpose, like like this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Exactly,
because when you walk, the thing about your purpose and knowing your purpose and walking in your purpose, it's not confusing. It ain't confusing. It's not a toss-up. You don't got to think about it. You ain't got to stress about how I'm gonna get this done, how I'm gonna pay this, how I'm gonna do this, because it all works itself out. It all, as long as you do the work, it all works itself out. Like I said, everything that I do, that I have going on, it has something to do with music or something to do with some kind of entertainment part of what I've been doing my entire life, from dancing to stepping to singing to acting to anything. It's entertainment. That's what I've been doing. So for the most, that's all I've been able to do, and that's what I know. Besides, even with me going to school, I still have things I can fall back on, but I don't even have to go into that just because I'm still moving in what I'm supposed to do in life.
And you from Gaffney, I'm from South Carolina too.
Okay.
Right. King Street is over there by Florence, Myrtle Beach area. Yeah. So, I have a lot of people that, we understand that we got to get out there and we got to work. We have to go. Listen, I tell you, talent come from South Carolina.
You're right.
We talented.
You get stuck sometimes in South Carolina because you don't really have a lot of outlets for it. So if you once you actually find that outlet, you just got to jump. You gotta go for it. You just got to put yourself out there. And for me, I wasn't going to do it because like I said, I was working and I had a great job and benefits and shoot, man, I ain't finna give up my good job. I'm 18, 19 years old. I ain't about to quit my job to go over here and do this no more. I ain't, never had an opportunity about nothing, but I was just thinking But once my friend, one of my homeboys was like, you gotta go. But the only thing I was doing online was just entertaining people. But you'll fall into plant life real quick in South Carolina because there's so many plants there, and you can make a good living as far as like a life at that time. But nowadays you gotta have like a full-time job and a side hustle just to be level. So just to cut even. So nowadays it's a little different. But
so what's next other than the concert? you know, working in the studio. You know, what else is next?
The next thing is I'm getting ready to drop another project. Well, actually, I'm getting ready to drop 2 different projects, and it's going to be more so. The first one will be catered around like more of a hip hop vibe and more of a like a college vibe. It's more for it'll be really for everybody. Everybody's going to really like the music, but it's really going to be generally based around like the colleges and high school, and because I deal with so many of like teenagers and things of that nature, I'm doing music around to what I like as well, but it's based around that and hip hop or what it is nowadays. Then I have another project that'll be coming out like probably like the same time or maybe like a month after, because we'll promote it right after that. And it's basically mixed up with a little funk and jazz and a whole little. It's like a different sound. It ain't really. It's like it's funk, but it's like it's a live sounding funk, but it's funk mixed with hip hop.
All right.
It's like all mixed in together. So it's something a little different, and then it has a lot of little ballads and a lot of little lounge records. So I wanted to do like the best of both worlds. I know how people like to hear so much different music. So I just wanted to give them the best of every world. Give them every side of me, because when I give music, when I sing this music, I have so many ideas and so many things that come out of me on a daily basis that I put down and I put into the studio, that I just want people to really hear all of it. I don't want to be put into a box or people to think that this is the only kind of music you're going to get from me. So I want them to be able to enjoy everything.
So how can everyone stay connected with what you have going on?
Well, basically, you can go to my website, which is www.iambigmike.com. And you can find all my social medias on my website, but my Instagram is _IamBigMike. My Twitter is Mike_Day26, and my Facebook is my name, Michael McClooney, or my fan page is I Am Big Mike, because I can't accept anybody on my personal page, so you got to go to my fan page.
That's it for today. Big Mike, Johneri'O Scott, let's talk. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Big Mike. Mr. Lay Around is in the building. Just lay around, and I'ma put it down. And you're tuned in with my homie. Let's talk with Johneri'O Scott.